Our next caller is Marco from California.
Marco, what's happening? How can we help you?
Hey guys, so I kind of have a question about calories and protein. So nice to meet you guys. I've kind of been new to you guys since February. You guys actually helped me a lot physically. I've lost like 60 pounds so far.
Wow.
And just listening to you guys kind of have helped me like a little bit mentally too, just hearing you guys talk. But to get into the question, so I'm type 2 diabetic. I've worked with my physician and nutritionist, and they've recommended a keto diet. I kind of took it a little too far. I went a little more into ketovore, where almost all my food is straight up meat. The only bit of carbs I take is from my supplementary protein shakes. So because of that, I get about 190 to 200 grams of protein a day, but my carb intake's about 10 to 20 grams. But I do supplement with electrolytes. I have stuff that I'm working with my nutritionist to make sure my nutrition isn't going down. I'm not like down on that stuff. But my main issue is because of my diet, I'm only eating about 1,000 calories a day. I know I've heard about the stuff you guys said before, and that kind of is bad, but I don't feel hungry at all or anything. But I've been seeing like a lot of weight loss, and I've been getting a lot stronger. My bench went from a plate to 2 plates and 10. So yeah, I mean, like if I'm reaching my protein intake, does the calories really matter? Is my main question.
Okay, hold on a second. You're eating 1,000 calories a day, almost like around 200 grams of protein a day, and you're only having 10 to 20 grams of carbs. Are you eating like just like tilapia and pure white chicken breast?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're calculating your calories right? Like what kind
I'm
of
using chronometers, so everything like I'm putting it in, that's what it's telling me.
What kind of meat are you eating?
It just depends on the day. Like today I'm eating a boneless chicken leg meat. Sometimes I'll eat like carne asada, sometimes pork, sometimes fish. I mean, I'm going based off what I weigh it out and everything, and that's what it tells me.
Okay, all right. So a couple things. Of course, you're losing weight because your calories are low. And number two, eating such a high. This is just for people listening. When you eat a lot of protein, it really does crush your appetite. So for people who aren't sure if that's true, it does. It'll definitely crush your appetite. Now the other thing I'm going to say is I'm also going to make sure that the caveat here is that you are working with a physician and a dietitian. So nothing I'm going to say, if it's different from what they're saying, you go with what they're saying. Okay. So let's just put that out there. But I would increase the amount of fat that you're eating to get some extra calories. That's all. Yeah.
I'm getting about 100 grams of fat a day.
Okay, so the math doesn't make sense.
Yeah, our math is off.
Your math is off. Something's wrong with what you're adding in there.
Yeah, you get 4 kilocalories. You get 4 calories alone. You'd be at almost 1,000 just from the protein.
Yeah, the protein. So let me
be like at 800 and something just from the protein.
Let me do the math for you, okay? If you're eating 200 grams of protein a day, that's 800 calories.
Right.
If you eat, let's say, 15 carbs, that's another 60 calories. And if you eat 100 grams of fat, that's 900 calories. There you're at 2,000 calories.
So I guess I'm doing something wrong there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It didn't make it, because I thought, man, in order to do that, 200 grams of protein at 1,000 calories, you have to eat like
all whey protein shakes.
Yeah, like pure.
And you're still strong. I'm like, what?
Yeah, your calories are off there. I think you're not adding the fat in properly or something like that. So,
it's basically whatever your protein intake is, times it by 4.
That's for the calories of protein.
That's just from calories of protein. So you're eating almost 1,000 calories from protein alone.
Yeah, and then the fat is 9 calories per gram. Yeah. And you said you're getting how many grams of fat a day?
100.
Well, for today, I've already done my math for today from what I'm eating. I'm at 160 grams of protein, so I'm gonna add some more chicken when I get home, and I'm at 80 grams of fat.
Yeah, you're definitely okay, bro. You're actually at a decent. I mean, you're still low calorie. So here's the one thing that I'll say. You're fine. What you're doing, following keto this way. You have a nutritionist that's paying attention to stuff. All that stuff is okay. Now, my only concern, if you're a client of mine, and what we would be talking about as we're training together, is this sustainable for you for a long period of like forever? Like, do you want to eat this way forever, where we just have, basically steak and meat and chicken and fish, like just protein all the time? And do you never see yourself introducing carbohydrates? And if that's the case, the things that I'd be concerned about is, okay, well, we're doing low calorie for such a long period of time and all proteins and fats and no carbohydrates, knowing that one day you're going to want to reintroduce that stuff. And so that's where the challenge becomes there, is when we make that transition from eating the way you're eating now and then saying, hey, I want to be able to eat these other foods. At that point, this is where the real challenge kicks in. Yeah. So I would want to know from you, like, do you love eating this way, and is this how you want to eat forever?
I do like it, and I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I will eat some food here and there, like some tacos or like a sandwich. So I'm not like extremely super strict on it for the most part, but I am really strict at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. When did you get diagnosed with type 2 diabetes?
About 2 years ago. And then I started working with like an actual nutritionist like January. So I dropped most of the weight since January to now.
Is it pretty well controlled?
For the most part, yeah. I'm on insulin, I'm on metformin, and they even have me on Ozempic too.
Okay.
So it's pretty good right now.
Okay. Yeah, you're going to be okay at some point when you start reintroducing. You're building muscle. That's one of the best ways to improve insulin sensitivity. But I mean, your calories are higher than you think, and you're getting stronger now. It all makes sense. You're doing okay. At some point, when you want to start reintroducing carbohydrates, I would work with your nutritionist and monitor your blood sugar. But if you've built muscle and you've gone a while doing it this way, you're probably going to be okay, so long as you don't go off the deep end.
And so when I start introducing carbs again, should I be like lifting harder or slower, or
just keep lifting?
Doing more cardio?
Just keep lifting. I love not do more cardio. Not do more cardio. That'll be the one no I say. So no. What I love to, when I have a client that I shift to a new diet, or we start increasing calories or carbohydrates to a new routine. So let's say you're following like our MAPS anabolic right now, seeing the great results in this cut, and they're like, okay, you and your nutritionist decide, I feel great, I've leaned out a bunch, now let's start, adding carbohydrates back in the diet, let's increase calories, let's start build some strength and more muscle. I would switch the program. I'd go to a new program, and any program, doesn't matter what it is. Could be strongman, could be split, could be any of our other routines, but just switching it to like a novel routine will benefit you because you're now reintroducing more calories.
Are you following any of our programs now?
I've been looking at them. I just don't know which one to start with. I'm currently just doing PPL.
Oh, okay. I'm going to send you MAPS anabolic.
Okay.
That's the
one. That sounds
good. Yeah, we'll have you do that one.
Okay. And then I know you guys talk about it. There's a bunch of rest days on that. Like, can I still like go to the gym on the rest days?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you do trigger sessions on those days, and if you want to continue doing the cardio that you're doing, that's fine too. Just don't do a bunch.
Okay.
Don't add extra stuff.
Okay, I just do like half an hour in the treadmill.
That's fine. Yeah. That's totally fine.
Okay, cool.
All right. Hey, one more thing, Marco. If you want to make that cardio more effective for your diabetes, instead of doing 30 minutes on the treadmill, do 10-minute walks after breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So still 30 minutes a day, but do it right after you eat, 10 minutes each time, and you'll actually get a better response. It'll.
Well, I actually started doing 2 a day. So like I've been waking up at 4 a.m. to do my cardio because I haven't had time to do it after work.
Okay. Well, listen, if you split it up the way I said it, after your meals, it's going to be better off. And I'm going to give you one piece of just one warning, okay? Don't go overboard, because it sounds like you're trending towards a place where you're not going to be able to maintain.
Yeah, bro. Waking up at 4, eating only meat. That, if you were my client, that's the only thing you and I are talking about right now. I'm celebrating the win right now.
It doesn't sound sustainable.
No. Is that my concern is everything's going smooth right now, and then some outside thing that has nothing to do with working out and fitness happens in our life to kind of throw a curveball. And then we don't just kind of fall off. We fall off the entire deep end. And then now we're like having a tough time getting back. So just be mindful of that. Just be mindful as you add things as exercise, nutrition into your routine. The idea of this stuff is that you can see yourself doing it forever. If you can see yourself getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and going for a run, 30 minutes, then fine. I'm not going to ever tell a client, don't do that. Very few people I know do that consistently forever. So as you add stuff into your lifestyle to help you get leaner, keep in mind, that's what you're going to need to do to stay there. So if you don't see yourself doing that forever, be cautious about just adding more and more to the routine.
Yeah, and also that doesn't mean you can't get there without doing those things either, because there's more effective ways. But unless you're like, do you work in the fitness industry? Do you want to be a trainer, or is this like your passion for the rest of your life?
No, I think it's more like I've been big most of my life. I'm kind of like the lightest I've been since like 15 years, honestly.
Yeah, that motivation is going to go away. Okay, so stop the 4 a.m. cardio. Just stop doing that, and instead walk for 10 to 15 minutes after breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's a much more sustainable approach. Much more. Waking up at 4 a.m. is not. And the motivation you have now, where you're like, oh my God, I'm not fat anymore, is going to go away. That's not going to stay with you forever. Trust me. So try to apply what I said, because you're already going down the wrong path.
It's going to manage his insulin better that way too.
It's going to be better all the way around.
It's better for you. It's better for everybody, but it's really better for you. I mean, you're going to notice a difference in your insulin spike. So just watch do what Sal's saying, and you'll see a better results.
Okay.
All right, man.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Marco. Thanks for calling in, bud.
Thank you. You guys have a good one.
You got
too,
it,
man.
All right.
I really enjoy when people say things and you're like, what? And then you do the math, you're like, okay, that was wrong. Because otherwise, he sounds like
he's like a unicorn.
Well, he just sounds like you're breaking the laws of physics.
Starving.
I mean, 1,000 calories a day,
and
and I'm getting stronger and I'm losing weight. I'm like, wait a minute, let me do the math here, because this doesn't make any sense. No, he's eating closer to 2,000 or more.
That makes a lot more sense.
That's probably what he's eating.
Which is not crazy bad. It's still very low.
Sure.
Yeah. It's still very, very low.
Like he lost 60 pounds. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's not too bad. I wonder where he was at before, right?
Yeah, but here's the deal, though. Okay, cardio like crazy right now. Only meat.
Yeah, you're right.
Ozempic.
Yeah.
I mean, he's throwing the whole kitchen sink to get there. If this is my client, I'm scared to death of what happens when an outside force. We lose our job.
Yeah.
We have
you get hurt.
Someone that passes away.
Yeah.
I get hurt. Something happens that throws you off your routine for a week or two.
Yeah.
And you go off the deep end because all these things that you've built into your.
Actually, you mentioned the Ozempic. That's also suppressing his appetite.
Yes,
like you go off that,
double whammy.
Yeah, your appetite's going to go up.
So I just, Marco, caution you, brother, on the direction here. Again, the thing that we always talk about with, like, if he hired us, okay, I know he hired a nutritionist, and that their job is to, make sure nutritionally he's getting what he needs for the essential stuff, right? Well, our job is to think of something that this guy's going to be able to do sustainable and get him to his results. I'm still going to put this guy in a position to build muscle first.
Totally.
Which is still going to help him being a type 2 diabetic 100%. Also. So
it's the most impactful thing he'll do.
Yeah. So I'm gonna build. I'd rather build muscle on him, even though he probably hates being so big and having all that extra weight. I still know that that's going to benefit us in the long run, and he wouldn't have to do so much to get down to that weight.